the Rumble winners on Raw. I'm Matt Carlins, and this is Just Pro Wrestling News for Monday, January 31st, 2022. This update is brought to you by IndieWrestling.us. That's Indie with a Y.
WWE.
Both Royal Rumble winners are being promoted for tonight's Raw. Ronda Rousey returned to WWE Saturday night and won the Women's Rumble match, last eliminating SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair. Mickie James entered at number 20, carrying the Impact Knockouts Championship. She was eliminated by Lita. WWE says Brock Lesnar will also appear on tonight's Raw to, quote, decide who he will challenge at WrestleMania, end quote. Lesnar entered at number 30 and won the Men's Rumble Saturday night. The last man eliminated was Drew McIntyre, who had not been seen since the Day 1 pay-per-view. The Men's Rumble also included surprise appearances by Bad Bunny and Shane McMahon. Earlier in the show, Brock Lesnar lost the WWE Championship to Bobby Lashley after Roman Reigns showed up, hit Lesnar with a spear, and knocked out Lesnar with the WWE title belt. Paul Heyman turned on Lesnar. Heyman handed the belt to Reigns and left with Reigns. Saturday night's show opened with Reigns retaining the Universal Championship after he was disqualified for not breaking a hold during his title match against Seth Rollins. Also, Becky Lynch retained the Raw Women's Championship against Doudrop, and Edge and Beth Phoenix beat The Miz and Maurice. The big WrestleMania sign that everyone loves to point to, it caught fire on Saturday night during the show after some pyro was set off around it following Rousey's Rumble victory. Fans under the sign were evacuated from their seats. The fire was put out and the sign was re-raised. Pyro around the sign was set off again after Lesnar won the Men's Rumble at the end of the show, and the sign caught fire again. There are no reports of any injuries.
AEW.
Tonight's Dark Elevation has Penta El Cerro Miedo versus Serpentico, plus Dante Martin, Lee Moriarty, and Matt Sydal versus the Factories QT Marshall, Aaron Solo, and Nick Camarado. Daniel Garcia won PWG's Battle of Los Angeles tournament over the weekend. He beat Speedball Mike Bailey in the final. Leo Rush tweeted he's, quote, not good, end quote, after it was announced that he was taken to the ER after a Bola match against Buddy Matthews on Sunday.
New Japan Pro Wrestling.
On Saturday's New Japan Strong, Jay White beat Christopher Daniels, Alex Coughlin beat JR Kratos, and Alex Zane beat Arya Davari. Back in Japan, in Stardom, two challengers have emerged for Syuri's Wonder of Stardom Championship. Syuri retained the gold against Mirai on Saturday. Earlier in that show, a number one contender match between Julia and Mayu Iwatani ended in a 30-minute draw. Conveniently, Stardom is running shows on back-to-back days on March 26th and 27th, so Julia will challenge Syuri on March 26th, and Iwatani gets the winner the following day. Also on that Stardom show on Saturday, Thekla beat Mina Shirakawa to win the vacant SWA Championship. That is Just Pro Wrestling News for Monday, January 31st. Our next update comes your way tomorrow morning, so please rate, review, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. I'm Matt Carlins. Thank you for listening.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.